Yeah, I'm right off this bridge here. This trail runs right along this creek here. Comes off that road right there. So that's how I ended up parking over there. Jumped the road, came down over here. I'm in the upper portion of Chattahoochee right now, right above Lake Lanier. Right here in front of me. See right there. The trail plays out right up there. So now I'll have to figure out how to get across right here. I'm getting too wet. Tried to cross the creek back there. Crossing over some driftwood. Wound up doubling back and just wading across the creek. Lost my machete along the way. Drifted down the creek. I have to go try to find the way back. Check all that out. Super nice. All back up in the hill. Some kind of sandwich between this ridge right here. Goes up like that. And then there's the creek right over there. Beautiful. Lots of sound up in here, lots of trails. This is kind of in the northeastern part of the state of Georgia. And basically like a little narrow sliver that runs along this creek right here off the main river. And it probably runs a mile and a half up this way. But it's a WNA where only you can, mostly for duck hunting, waterfowl hunting, and a small game hunting like this. You can't really hunt big game here. Check this out. Some absolutely gorgeous terrain up in here. Little trail that runs across right there. Easily on this trail. See what we can see. So I'm probably a mile and a half back up in here now, following this creek right over here. But I just came what looks like this big open area, like a hell of a duck hole here. This is cool. Check that out. Let this sucker eat out with ducks in the wintertime. I'm a little under 2 miles back up in here now. All over there behind the camera. That's all private properties, posted signs everywhere, and this is a creek. So you see, that's all the creek behind me. I've been following all the way up in here. Across all that marsh over there. Good little duck hole, and I'm probably gonna have a good game trail. Runs right over there. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna walk right back over that way. See if I can find somewhere to hang this trail camera. Alright, so here's my thought process on this camera. We'll call this camera number 2 on the hooch. But as you can see, right here, come down that hill right there, and then come down this creek right here, down this trail, a little offshoot right there, and it goes off to the creek right here. And creek there. As you can see, a lot of huge trail on both sides. This is actually a smaller river, a smaller creek that feeds into that big river up there I came from. It's like a little tiny creek, as you see, feeds in right there. There's a ton of sign, all kind of deer sign or pig sign, whatever it is, coming through here. So what I'm thinking is, putting on that tree right there, angle down, looking back this way, over this way, so you can catch all that right there. You'll catch them crossing right here too. So let's see what we can get. Essentially, I made it across. I busted my tail right there, as you see. But I hear my tree right here. So I'm thinking I'll put it on that tree somewhere, probably in a lower position. And have it looking sort of out there like that. catch them coming across. Catch them coming across right there. Come down to here and come over, probably crossing over that creek somewhere. So should be a pretty cool spot. So as soon as I get my in this camera and probably cross that creek right there, then I'll get back out to the truck. We got this camera hung right here, overlooking that creek right there. So this is kind of what that's kind of what it's gonna see right there. I'm hoping it'll cover all that creek out there, and this crossing right here should be pretty cool. Should be some pretty cool shots, pretty cool deer, some good trails coming from that way. There's some good trails coming from that way, pretty thick one going in that private property over there, and it leads all the way down to right here and runs back up that way. And it looks like there's some that go that way too. The creek actually continues up that way, probably another mile up that way, but should be a good spot. I've hiked in on this side of the creek, so what I'm gonna try to do is that big log. There's a big log right there, so I'm gonna try to slip down there and get across there, then hike out on that side of the creek, get back to the truck, and then I got one more spot I want to check out today. Hopefully I got time to do it, so let's go. I was coming in, I walked on that side over there of the creek, and I marked this spot right here as a good potential crossing. Maybe a camera, but when I was coming back out, I was on the other side of the creek, and right over here on this flat area, I was along these ridges right here. I jumped up 2 does. They winded me, took off running that way. So you see, I decided to go the other way on the way out. You can see, pretty steep drop right here compared to the way I came in. So, there's a little piece of crosses right over here, I think. So I gotta finish hiking along this steep part. I'll be able to cut over. That's the bridge I came in on right there. So now I'm gonna cross back over that road, get back in the truck where I was. I dropped off this morning. I got another spot that's a little south of here down the hooch. I'm gonna go check it out. The only way to get to it is in a boat, so I brought my boat with me. It's a kayak actually, I brought the kayak with me. Got one more camera that's not been hung yet, so I'm gonna drop it off, see what I can see. So I'm officially head off to spot number 3. I got myself up in here. Back at the main point that I started off with this morning, so I'm gonna load my boat up with all my gear, rifle, fishing pole, backpack. I'm gonna put it in right over here and then travel across the river there. And then walk along that edge of the creek. Life jacket, you gotta have life jacket. Anything that can fall out will fall out. So always put them in the pockets. It's so shallow right here. It's just waiting. It's pretty cold. Not too bad for October though. Man, so it ended up being a lot deeper than I would have liked it to be in here. I'm almost there, you see. I'm trying to get to right there. Now I'm soaking wet. Well, I'm getting soaking wet, but I made it. Went very far. But luckily, all I gotta do is float back. Luckily, I carry this quick dry towel with me in my pack for such an occasion. Basically, submerged these boots earlier, kept my feet pretty dry, which is pretty cool. But they've been basically wet for the better part of the day, so not too worried about that. But it's a nice sunny day, not too terribly hot, but warm enough to dry these things off. So made it across the creek, a river there. So now I'm just looking over here for a good access point to get in the woods here. And I'm gonna take off and walk down that way. Check this out. This stuff is thick. It is thick up in here. Straight back that way, but it looks like it's about to start opening up right up here. Check this out. How cool is that? Wide open through here. Lots of trails. Probably deer, pigs. Everybody up here. I do like to find a place to put a camera on that river. It's shallow enough where the deer or whatever pigs are crossing. Just on the maps, looks like up here there's a shorter and shallower area. We'll go check it out. You can see right here, out there, a lot of sand. Could be worth a camera. Keep going, see what we see. If not, we'll double back and yeah, we'll put it here. So I made it about 3/4 of the way in here. I was going that way. That's the creek right there, and that's that ridge over there. Turns into private property. And I really haven't seen anything that gives me that good feeling about putting a camera out. So at this point, I'm probably not gonna put a camera out in this area. Probably just gonna head back to the boat. Get in the boat, get back to the truck, and then take off. So I made it back to the river. My marker, somebody left a grill over here. You never know what you're gonna find on public. And I made it back to the boat. There she is. Still here. Thank goodness. I don't have to wade that. Alright, let's get in the boat and head back to the truck. See, it's kind of turned overcast now. Put in's right up here. Right there. So here we come. That's what I put in earlier right there. If you're curious what this camera sees while no one's around, well, you're in luck. In a few months, I'll be back out there checking the camera, see what stories the woods have written while I was gone. These kind of things usually have a way of flowing towards the unexpected. Guys, that's it for today's adventure. Appreciate y'all watching, appreciate you hanging around. Catch you on the next one.